Do you know the difference between a medical doctor and yourself? The quick answer would possibly be that they are a doctor for some. But the other answer would be the fact that they went to school to become a medical doctor or a specialist, whatever the case is. But what lies beneath that is the fact that they really are no different than you. They're human beings, just as you are, or us. But they went to an institution of learning to attempt to perfect a profession that they call medicine. They had teachers and instructors and professors that taught them in the art of medicine, allopathic medicine for the most part. Now, are there hidden secrets that these doctors have? Only to the unlearned. As I say, doctors are human beings just like you and I are. But, as I said again, they go to an institute of learning. Did you not know, and have you ever considered the fact that the information that doctors are taught in this environment called school or college, it's not hidden from anyone? So, what are you saying, brother teacher? I'm saying this. Why can't you be your own doctor? Why can't we all fundamentally be our own doctors? Why can't we, for that matter, be our own lawyers? All we have to do is study the basics, the fundamentals. So what's holding you back? We're so quick to run to the emergency room when we get a cut from a steak knife washing dishes. Broke a glass in the sink. A cut, we run to the doctor. Get some paper stitches or a couple regular stitches. You smash your finger in the door, you run to the hospital, emergency room. You're spraying some chemicals on your lawn, you get some in your eye. You run to the emergency room. Guess what's happening when you go to the emergency room? They're going to give you some treatment for less than what? 30 minutes? You're probably going to wait for about an hour in the emergency room in most instances. You're probably going to see a doctor or physician for less than 5 minutes. And they are going to bill your insurance company or you, depending on your situation. But most of the everyday common incidents that occur in the home, we can fix them ourselves. Let's back on up to the incident in the yard, spraying the chemicals on the grass, and you get something in your eye. You never heard about flushing your eyes out? What about flushing your eyes out with baking soda water? That's just one thing. When you get a cut, you never learned in school about first aid. Fundamentally, stop the bleeding. Get a clean cloth, wash it off first. Get a clean cloth, hold it on into. You have the bleeding stop from applying pressure. That's a basic first aid technique. What would you do if you were somewhere and did not have access to an ambulance or hospital, where they had to travel to you a distance, and your son or your daughter cut their arm, cut their hand, cut any part of their body? You just stand there and look at them, panicking, and say, "Oh, let's call 911." You don't know how to stop the bleeding? What would you do if someone was choking on a morsel of food? You don't know the Heimlich maneuver? There are so many things that happen to us every day that we control and can control, but we won't, because we have been conditioned to believe that every medical instance, every medical situation requires a doctor, someone wearing a white lab coat with a certificate on the wall medical doctor so-and-so, stating that they went to school. They're professionals at what they do. There are some technical things. They study pharmacology as well, medicine. That's how they know what to prescribe for your ailments. And then most of what they prescribe for you in terms of pain medicine only mask the pain, but the problems are still there. So they cover up the symptoms so you don't feel the discomfort of the symptom, but the problems are still there. That's what medical doctors do. You want to stop what's causing the problem. Okay? Not cover it up as if it's not there. If your check engine light in your car comes on, it's indicating that something's wrong with the car or the engine. When you see it go back off, you ignore it. You keep driving. Then it comes back on again. You look at it, it turns back off. You ignore it. You keep driving. You need to learn how to perform preventive maintenance on your body as you would on an automobile. You take care of the car along the way before it just completely stops on you. Your body is the same. You take care of your body along the way. Along the way meaning through life as you're living from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, every 10 years. All of the time you take care of this organism, this human body, so that it just does not stop completely on you. So that you don't experience irreparable damage. You take care of it on a daily basis. Give it maintenance. You drink plenty of fluids or water every day. You eat foods that are organic. Foods that are organically healthy for you, that are nutritional. And you stop putting the bad things in it. That's simple. That's basic. That's fundamental to nature. Every animal on this planet knows what its diet is. But men, or mankind, seems to have a problem. We don't seem to know what our diet is. Did you not know that the people in Africa don't eat what they eat in China? And the people in China don't eat what they eat in Afghanistan. And the people in Afghanistan don't eat what they eat in India. And the people in India don't eat what they eat in Mexico. We all have a diet that is specific to us depending on where we came from. That's our diet. If you go to Africa, they have a certain look. If you go to India, they have a certain look, certain skin tone. You go to China, they have a certain look, a certain skin tone. You go to Mexico, they have a certain look, a certain skin tone. We're not all the same. Outside of the fact that we're all part of the human family, but we're all still different culturally. So, understand this. If we're supposed to eat specific things, like the animals eat specific things, a polar bear doesn't eat gorilla food. And a gorilla doesn't eat polar bear food. If a gorilla was taken out of his environment and started to eat seals, he would die. That's not his diet. And if a polar bear was taken out of its environment and made to eat leaves and plants and fruit, it would die. Because that's not his food. It's not his nature. So human beings listening to me right now, you have a nature too. And it does not include processed foods. It does not include medications made in a laboratory. It does not include the environmental pollution that we breathe in every day and the water that we drink that has over 100 chemicals in it. That was not intended for us. You getting it now? We have been programmed. We have been conditioned throughout our existence here on earth to just fall for anything without question, without challenging anything. And we believe it. But we're the most unhealthiest group of people on the planet because we have left nature. Understand this. Nature always wins. But you have to be one with it. If you go against nature, You're the ones that's going to suffer, not nature. So, getting back to my original premise, as far as this video is concerned, what's the difference between a medical doctor and us? The fact that they go to school to learn their craft and they practice it on us. They are financially rewarded for treating us. Mind you, I said treating us. They've never healed anyone. I'm going to say it one more time. Medical doctors have never ever healed anyone. Never, ever, ever. In the broad spectrum, I'm speaking of medical doctors. I'm not talking about the pioneers, the ones that the United States Medical Association has made leave the industry and have to go to other foreign countries to practice their craft because they had revolutionary results in cancer research, and because the status quo doesn't want people to be healed of cancer and disease, because there's no money in the medicine, there's no cure in the natural medicine, is what I'm trying to say. They'd rather treat you for the rest of your life so they can continue to build your insurance companies, so that they can continue to expand their bank accounts and their wealth on this planet forever and forever, from generation to generation. And we are the collateral damage. They don't care about us. When will you open up your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and understand that you are in control of your life, your health, and your destiny, not a third party? When I was born in the delivery room in Georgia, I didn't have a doctor in my mother's womb with me. I didn't have a lawyer in my mother's womb with me. I didn't have a police officer or a judge in my mother's womb with me. It was just me. So what I'm saying to you today is that it's just us. Do what you need to do as an individual, and you'll be surprised at how far you can go. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out. What do you think?